Alright people, pop quiz. What substance is required to do 10 billion functions in your body? Water. Water is so important. It's the life-giving force, along with oxygen that runs your body. Like, you can live for weeks without food, but you're only getting through a few days without water. Alright, and even less without oxygen, obviously. Water's pretty important stuff. Now, once upon a time, you drank water, and it came from a stream. It was blue and clear, and it was generally a nice, healthy product. You drink water nowadays, and you're getting everything that everyone's flushed down the toilet, thrown away, thrown into the ocean, dumped somewhere, and had chemicals added to it because of this. Now, chlorine and fluoride and stuff like that, they're telling us we need to drink this stuff, but it's flat out crap. You don't need to drink that stuff, alright? There's been millions of years we've been drinking water that hasn't involved chlorine and hasn't involved fluoride and all the other stuff they stick in our water, and we did just fine until recently. Okay? Now, some people believe in bottled waters and water filtration and some don't. Well, I don't like to believe anybody. I like to do my own research and my own tests. This is the reverse osmosis filter, or the candle out of my filter. Alright, now check this out. You see that gunk? Look. No gunk. Gunk. That's nasty stuff. Okay, I live in Perth, Australia. This isn't a third world country. I'm not doing this from Zaire or somewhere. Alright, I live in one of the most affluent cities in Australia. There's $1 million homes that line the streets down here. This is the water from a perfectly first world nation. Alright? So, would you want to drink that? Your body's got to filter and assimilate this somehow. Those 10 billion functions that it does somehow need to use water to do. You're either getting that when you make that new eyeball cell or when you make that new red blood cell, okay, because it's being made out of that water, or you can get the other side, you can get that. What would you rather do? This has got to be filtered somewhere. It's either going to be filtered in the candle of your filter, or it's going to be filtered in your liver. Alright? Now, your liver's got enough work as it is in this world today. Okay, there's enough chemicals and stuff in the air that it doesn't need any more work. Alright? So you definitely want to get yourself a water filter, reverse osmosis or something like that, and make sure you're drinking the cleanest water you can possibly get your hands on. Now, that's one part of it, okay? So drinking clean water is really, really important, alright? But there's another challenge that we have these days, and this is why I said, want to be beautiful, drink this. Well, if you're showering in this stuff, right, your skin is super, super absorbent, alright? It's designed to take things in from the environment. It's a feedback sensor, and it also absorbs stuff in, alright? Well, when you have a shower, particularly if it's hot, and there's steam associated with it, all the chlorine and all the other impurities that are in that shower water are being absorbed into your skin. Alright, now, put up your hand out there if you use moisturizer. I'm sure a lot of hands go up. Moisturizer's big business, alright? Now, I just pulled this out of someone's bathroom, alright? I'm not picking on any particular company, this is just the one I had here. But the stuff in here, okay, is the parabens and the alcohols and stuff like that. The reason you need to use those, alright, is because the water that you're showering in is stripping all the moisture from the deep layers of your body, right? So you get out of the shower, you feel scaly and white and dry and stuff, and you're like, well, I'll just put moisturizer on. Well, this moisturizer, due to all the chemicals in it, strips even more moisture out of your skin, okay? It makes you feel nice and soft and moist because it's full of glycerin, alright? You should, don't buy expensive stuff. You can go buy a whole bucket of glycerin very cheap. So, there's a vicious cycle. You have your hot shower, the chlorine gets in your skin, it dries you out, you put moisturizer on that makes you feel moist, but actually dries you out even more because of the chemicals in it. And then you end up back again using more and more and more moisturizer. Alright, well, one of the simplest and easiest ways to make your skin look better and for you to feel better is to put a cheap shower filter between the head of your shower and the wall, alright, so that it'll filter out most of the impurities that are getting to your body. This will make your skin look like 1,000 times better, people. I'm talking about like not using moisturizer at all, and if you need to, it's only because it's winter and you had way too hot a shower. Alright? You don't need this moisturizer. Get adequate essential fatty acids in your diet, filter the water that you shower in, and don't have like scalding hot showers that strip all the moisture off your body. You can still shower in a warm shower, there's no problem there. I don't want you to believe this. I want you to go and try this, alright? Get yourself a reverse osmosis filter. They're not that expensive. Get a shower filter. They ain't that expensive either. They're widely available on the internet. Okay? If you do this and give it a few months, you will notice that your skin is better than it has ever looked before. Okay? You'll also notice that your health will go through the roof because you're no longer ingesting or absorbing impurities or poisons, i.e. chlorine, i.e. fluoride, into your system that's making those 10 billion reactions make you feel worse. Alright, so get out there, get involved, make sure that you're filtering that water, okay, and you'll be happier, healthier, and more beautiful. Till next time, bye.